Alright, I'm Matt and this is a recreation of the Duskers Daily Challenge for the 19th of April 2017. I somehow failed to record the actual challenge and instead of skipping the video I thought I was the only Let's Player or the only person who uploads a video who got the full score. So I figured I'll take a leaf out of Dano416's book and do a little recreation of the challenge assisted by some things cobbled together in Paint and GIMP. If you aren't that interested in this little cobbled together view, there is a there are the videos of the other players, Copper, G-Rigged and indeed Dano416. I have watched most of them. I have to admit I haven't watched Dano's video yet. I'm gonna do that soon. But yeah, I used their videos to refresh my memory on what happened to me. I put those videos in the cards as well, and you should already have seen the cards by now, because if you aren't that interested in the cobbled together view, you don't have to watch. You can already see I got the top score, as I said, 860 points. The other players missed out on some stuff that I will touch on in the video. For one thing, it was ship scan. That's the difference between the players with 860 and 800. And for another, it was a ship upgrade that looked like it was firmly installed, but wasn't. So that's the difference between 860 and 830, as well as the difference between 800 and 770, which Jury got. That being said, I hope you somewhat enjoy the video or the cobbled together video, and either way, I'll try to upload an actual video again tomorrow. So let's see what happens then. And now, have fun with my attempts to recreate something. Right, so what you see here, the gray things are rooms, green thing is the boarding ship. We started with a transporter ship upgrade and a stealth upgrade on drone 1. The transporter already gave us 2 signals. The room on the left was R2, clear of infestations. So it also held a generator. And the room in the bottom right was, well, it wasn't exactly noted as clear, but I was reasonably sure that it might be. Still, I decided to start by going through the airlock instead of checking out R2. We were dealing with a Muteki A with 2 infestation types, and when I headed for the generator in the starting room, I already heard Swarm. The starting room did get a transporter signal later on, and there was another room with 1 that I now forgot. And the bottom left door of the starting room was open, so I chose that path to explore, signified by the white arrows. I found a terminal in the next room, however, that was unpowered, so I chose to go to the right from there on. While the next room held 2 scrap and the fuel access, it also held a vent. And since I knew I was dealing with Swarm, I was a bit worried there. However, I managed to get that scrap that I wanted, and I didn't get any fuel. but I managed to get out of this room without any trouble and head for the next room, which had another terminal which was powered. And this one gave me ship scan. And to make things even better, all the rooms could be scanned. So I found out about the two scrap in the top room and the one on the left. I think there was one. All in all, the ship scan gave me 3 more scrap, or 3 hidden scrap, because I got it on all the terminals on the ship. So I headed over to the next room to get that scrap, and then I decided it was time to check out the room with the transporter signal, R2. I did that by teleporting 2 into the room and then getting drone 1 in behind it, or from the bottom. The good news was that it held a drone with a tow upgrade. The bad news was, of course, that aside from one scrap that I could find, the bottom scrap was later found via ship scan, I couldn't really use it to further explore the ship. I already knew that I had no more airlocks because the second door I had gone through was D2, the one right next to the vent. So I instead opted to get drones 1 and 2 back into into R1, and put the generator on drone 1, so I could explore with starting from R4. That was where I blundered a little bit. I powered the generator in R4 and wanted to open R16, which is the door with the white arrow, and activate the stealth together. However, I noticed R16 didn't open. I wondered what had happened. I tried again and it worked. Then I noticed that the door circled in red was open, and well, I almost ran into a leaper going through this. That's the red dot in the top room. Well, the mystery is easy to solve if I tell you that the door that is circled in red is R15. That's right, I accidentally opened the wrong door. It wasn't too bad. I waited for the leaper to go back up into the top room and close the door behind it, or actually while it was going through, so I knew that it had to be up there. I managed to get into the 2 center rooms as well, leaving only 1 room unexplored. There was another ship scan. It wasn't able to scan the 2 rooms marked in green. However, as I said, I found the ship upgrade in the top center room, and I used drone 3 to get it by teleporting it or transporting it to R2, then going the path following the brown arrows. I later explored the room with the leaper by moving it into the top center room, finding 2 more scrap in the room that it had occupied, and then I moved it back in because there was at least 1 room missing and at least 1 room holding swarm. I think swarm might have spawned in the vent room by then. I think I had opened... No, I hadn't opened the door yet. But yeah, a swarm might have spawned in the vent room by that time, but that was far enough away that I didn't really worry about it. I thought if I had to, I could get a drone 2 back into R4 to power enough rooms to give that swarm 2 rooms to go between. As it turned out, there was only 1 room left that I hadn't found, and indeed that one held swarm. I managed to move that swarm up into the top center room, and I ended up opening the room between that room and the leaper room, so I wouldn't have to worry about the swarm anymore. which enabled me to power the last remaining generator and the last 2 rooms, and with that the first terminal I had found on the ship. That gave me another ship scan, so I could get the scrap from that last room. I think that was a hidden one as well. I ended up with 11 scrap, the drone and its upgrade, tow, and the ship upgrade. The starting score was 550 points, and the total amount of loot was 310, which explains the scores of 860 that I got as along with the 3 top players, or with the other 3 top players. So yeah, that was a short, well, not so short overview over this today's challenge. As I said, I hope tomorrow I will have an actual video again. So let's see what happens then. And until then, thank you and good night.